Hello friends and welcome to Gardening with Creekside. Today we find ourselves back in the backyard. We are going to begin working on the second island bed that we have here in the backyard. It is about noon during the day and I feel like I already had a whole day's worth of work in, hence why I'm in the shade. Plus the gorgeous azaleas behind me are just being spectacular. So what we're going to do today is I am going to be adding 3 hydrangeas to this backyard bed and then loads of beautiful annuals. We were of course here in the other backyard bed, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, and so we are going to pull those same annuals into this next bed, and so that way we have consistency throughout both of these backyard beds and all will be well. So let me just kind of flip the camera around a little bit here for you to give you the perspective. This is the perspective maybe you haven't seen much of before. I'm standing down close to the creek. Is it not an absolutely gorgeous spring day? It is fantastic. There are so many colors I am going to share with you at the end of the video. Help me remember. The roses have begun to bloom and the peonies, some of them have begun to bloom and the rest of them are absolutely loaded in color. So we are standing at the back, which, you know, unless you're a deer walking through in the backyard, you're not going to see this angle very much. We need to come up here to the front because of course you're going to see the beds mostly from the patio, the back porch, that kind of area through here. So this is what we did a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and we have the ribbon of the supertunias, salvias, and the meteor shower. Today we're going to focus on this flower bed. It is significantly larger. I have not really done much to this bed yet, but there is a lot that needs to be done. I'm going to do it in pieces. Where I did the other bed kind of in 2 parts, this is going to be a multi-step part. So we're just going to focus on getting the annuals in today, and then underneath the maple tree we're going to be adding like I said, those hydrangeas, and then more gorgeous big bold pops of white that are really going to show up. So what we're going to do is Jackson just pulled another pallet of soil down for me because I don't have quite enough. So we're going to focus on this area in front of the bluebird house and then kind of wrap around right up here in this general area. So we're going to do another mass planting all the way through, kind of up to where this little Amsonia is, because I don't want to go too much further in this direction, because if you've been following us, you know that I had this infestation of these briars from you know where, and they are just awful. Chandler did spray them last fall for me, and I think for the most part they're dead. However, there are some little green stalks in there, and I do not want to take the chance of planting plants here where the briars are, because when they come back, the only way to get rid of them is to nuke them. And when I say nuke them, you can use your imagination on what herbicide we're going to use, because there is no digging these out. The runners go forever, so you just have to absolutely obliterate them. So that's what we're going to do. We're actually going to put a container here, a very large container. So that's what we're going to do. So that's why I'm not going to come any more this way. Then we're going to take a little break, and we're going to come over here to the underneath the maple, and I've already laid out the ultra outdoor planting mix here. That is what we're going to use. We have got 3, y'all, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. They are already covered with buds. Can y'all see all of those little flower buds on this hydrangea? Spectacular. So what is it? It is Let's Dance Sky View. This is a great reblooming hydrangea, so it blooms on old growth. Those are those buds that you see that have already formed, and it blooms on new growth. This is hardy in zones 4 to 9. Basically, for me, it'll be 3 feet tall, 4 feet wide, and it will give me just a gorgeous display of pinks and blues and purples. It is pH dependent, so that means whatever the soil pH is, then that's going to help determine your colors on this. I have decided to put the hydrangeas here because as my maple tree has grown, which is a fantastic thing, it is still leafing out, so the leaves are not fully formed yet. You can see that it is getting morning shade. It does get that filtered sun, so it kind of moves throughout the day, so they will get enough sun to give me the flowers, but they're gonna get a break because the sun sets over this direction, and so they will get some sun, but because of the big trees, they will also get a break and not absolutely fry. I did have annuals here when we first did this bed, and they did great. My maple tree was smaller. Last year even, they just didn't, in this corner, did not perform very well, and it's totally because there's not enough sun here. So with the Let's Dance Sky View, I chose that one because it is that new breeding from Proven Winners. It has, like I said, blooms on old growth, new growth, and it will just do really, really well here. So even if we have those crazy late frost or freeze, like if we were to have a freeze right now and these were in the ground and I didn't protect them, then more than likely, then those blooms would get fried. If that happens, because it blooms on new growth, and I'm still gonna get flowers later on in the season. And I think this would just be a gorgeous display, having those three in mass. And so I've spaced them roughly, so when they're at maturity, they will just be kissing one another. And then of course, trying to make sure that I leave plenty of room from the edge of the grass, thinking of mature size, so that way they're not coming over into the grass. So we're gonna lay down the ultra outdoor. I do have irrigation in here. There is a line of drip. So we'll actually kind of pick that up, move it out of the way, lay down the soil, plant the plants, and then we can put the drip line back. And then because while we're gonna wait for these babies to fill in and get nice and big, I'm gonna do some diamond snow euphorbia. If you know me, you know that I adore I love diamonds. And so diamond snow is gonna be that nice, tight, compact, pure white flower. There's diamond snow, diamond mountain, and diamond frost. Diamond snow, like I said, gives you a big, bold pop of that white. And here, I think it's gonna be really important because as that car just went by, but as customers come to the nursery, so they drive down here, and if they're studious enough and attentive enough, then they'll be able to see these. And so that's why I'm gonna go with the diamond snow. That's a great little trick when you're waiting for your shrubs and perennials to fill in. Go ahead and put those annuals in the middle. So these are gonna be like 18 inches tall, and the minimum spacing is 10 inches. So I've got 2 trays here that I will work in between the Let's Dance Sky Views. So that's gonna kind of go in this area. My tools for the job today, I have 2 of my augers. I have the 9-inch, this is that Jenny's Edition 9-inch, and then I have the 5-inch. The 9-inch will be for the 3-gallon shrubs. The 5-inch will be for those Grande containers. In case there was any doubt whether, 1, that I use them, 2, that they really work in red clay, yeah, they do. In fact, Megan gets on to me because they're not very neat and clean and tidy. But this heavy duty tip, y'all, makes all the difference in the world. And then the replaceable blades right here digs into the clay soil, and I guarantee you, I'm gonna run into some roots underneath this maple tree, and that will break those up. Same thing on the 5-inch, it's just a little bit of a smaller diameter on that. So I have that. I have the biotone, because we always use biotone. I have this slow release fertilizer, I have that. And then I also have my brush killer, my stump killer, along with a little paintbrush, because what you do, when you have little unwanted trees that pop up right there in your garden, that is a walnut tree. My parents have walnuts trees, and the squirrels bury the nuts throughout the season. They have roots to China, and if you don't get the whole root, then they just keep coming back. So the easiest thing to do is I will just cut it off as low as I can, take my paintbrush, dip it in there, and then I just paint the little stump, and it kills it, and so that way I don't have to destroy my garden trying to get it out. So I've got that because there are multiple walnut trees in this area that I need to get rid of because I don't want walnut trees growing in my flower beds. So what we're going to do is we're going to start on this area first. We are going to get the hydrangeas in the ground and the diamond snow, and then we'll move on to do the other annuals. And like I said, the peonies are blooming. One of the Itos is blooming, and then I've got 2 roses blooming. Oh, they're gorgeous and they smell divine. All right, my friends, so we got the plants in the ground for bed number 1. Jackson has gone to go get me some Daddy Peat because we're going to go ahead and get this mulched, and then once it's mulched, then we're going to go ahead and water it in. Yes, it's on drip irrigation. 1, we're not running our irrigation yet. 2, even if we were, I still like to water the plants in right away. And we're supposed to be getting some really warm temperatures. Like in 2 days, it's supposed to be like 86 degrees. So yeah, we're gonna need some cooler temps for sure to get these nice and established, and they need to get water because of that heat. So the 3 hydrangeas are spaced out, and then I just had that 1 drip running through there, y'all. We have clay soil. I do not need to lay down a ton of drip. If I do, my plants will absolutely drown. And once they get established, that little bit of water is going to be very helpful for them. Then with the diamond snow, you can see how it just absolutely pops in this garden. It is going to bring such a nice brightness to this kind of shady area. Will be gorgeous up with those hydrangeas when the hydrangeas are blooming. No, they are not on drip per se, but again, if I get these, take care of them for the first 3 weeks and just watch them and water them, then after that, they really are pretty drought tolerant. And then adding all of that great ultra outdoor planting mix, that's gonna make a huge difference as well, as far as retaining that moisture and giving them the nutrients that they need to be successful. The Let's Dance Sky View, y'all, she's already cracking some color. Look at that. I cannot wait to see these when they bloom. Of course, we will keep you updated on that. So he's gonna go get the Daddy Peat for me. We're gonna lay that down, and then we're gonna come over here. I don't even think I told you what plants we're gonna put over here, y'all. I just got so distracted about those hydrangeas. So we're gonna put in 2 different kinds of annuals. We have the brand new, this is the Mini Vista Plum Veined. Love this plant. We trialed it last year here at the house. It did phenomenal. So it is just an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous supertunia. Loves the full sun. It will spread but not be crazy vigorous. And then we have another new introduction. This is the Unplugged White Salvia. This is going to be more petite than the Rockin' series. It is going to be about 14 to 24 inches tall, which is really about half the size of the Rockins. Has that beautiful, nice, pure white flower to it. Has the leaves of like Rockin' playing the blues, but it's just gonna be more petite, gorgeous, gorgeous colors. That's all I'm gonna say. So we're gonna keep it very classy back here, very classic, very simple sweetie, just planting them in mass. He's also grabbing me some more outdoor mix, so we're just gonna bring it in. I don't know how far we're gonna bring it around, y'all. I do have a phlox right here, but it is on the struggle bus. So I'm not sure if how we're gonna handle that. I honestly just don't even know. I might just kind of wrap things around it. Leave it in the ground. It'll love that ultra outdoor planting mix, and then wrap some annuals around it and let it be coming up. That might be kind of a fun idea. I think I might do that. Love that. All right, so the planting continues, my friend. My friends, we're done for the day, and my hat is a representation of how I feel. Not gonna lie, one tired puppy. Let me tell you, oh my goodness. It is late in the afternoon, and I am done, but it feels great to get this done. Let me show you, because we haven't talked at all since I did the petunias and everything. So let me show you those. There we go. Okay, so basically with this design, come on, Bee. With this design, I did the salvias are going to be in the back all the way up, came around the back, got a little thicker back there, and then there you go. I left the phlox. That's the ultraviolet phlox, so it's a panicle. It'll be nice and tall, like fluorescent purple. So it'll go perfectly with these plum vein petunias. And then, of course, the little Amsonia right there, the storm cloud. Now, y'all, I know that I added a ton of that black gold ultra outdoor planting mix in here, but when I tell you, especially this end of the flower bed is absolutely horrible, compact red clay with absolutely zero organic matter on it, that's what I'm telling you. So let me just to prove my point, come down here where this portion, you know, finish this, and then down here. So here you go. This is what the soil looks like. I mean, that's it. There you go. This is my native soil right here. Dry, red clay, crumbly, terrible. That is, I think, one of the reasons why this poor Amsonia looks so awful. I mean, she just looks like she's been starved to death. And that's probably another reason why the butterfly bush is so happy. Butterfly bushes love to be neglected. They don't need a lot of compost and topsoil and fertilizer and water. The more you neglect them, the happier they are. Obviously, Amsonia, not so much. So that's why we just went ahead and really with all of these annuals going in there. Well, somebody's trying to call me. Sorry for that interruption. All right, so that's why we put in that ultra outdoor planting mix so that these annuals have lots of healthy soil for them to grow in. And of course, the other plants will, they need some love too as well. So that's why this bed, we're working in stages. And so I will come back and all of this bed will get that topsoil in here. And not topsoil, that sounds, you got to be careful with the words that I use. It's the, we'll probably do exactly what we did in that bed where we have the bulk. It's the, we call it the Creekside blend. It is the compost and the aged pine bark fines. Remember, Jackson came and brought it with the tractor and just dumped it for me. Probably do the same thing in here because obviously this bed desperately needs some good organic matter. That is the thing about red clay. I just keep telling people, amend, 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 amend. You can just keep putting it on because we get so much rain during the year that it just kind of washes off. Over time, it just erodes out. So putting that organic matter in there, like that Ultra Outdoor Planting Mix, is huge. And then putting nice mulch to keep it from running and washing away is a very big thing. And then I'm in love with this corner underneath the maple tree. Again, it looks a little bit mounded up. As we add more organic matter, it will come down. And plus, as that outdoor mix, once it starts to settle, it'll come down a little bit too as well. But I love this corner. And so we're going to be able to see this from the back porch, from the house, out the windows and everything like that. Now, let's talk about fun stuff. All right. Some of the roses, just a couple of the roses have begun to bloom. And only one peony has officially bloomed. But y'all, it is going to be an absolutely gorgeous peony season. I have all sorts of peonies in here in the backyard. Look how many buds are on this thing. It is massive. It is every bit of 3 feet tall. I mean, just absolutely covered in buds. I love it. Makes me so incredibly happy. Like, look at this one, just full of them. And look next door. We have a bumper crop of blueberries as well. So the blueberries are doing quite nicely. We have a couple of different blueberry bushes back here in the backyard. And so, yeah, I love it. So they are doing well. And look at these peonies back here. So it's kind of, I think I have a total of 6 different peonies, but there's 2 sets of everything in here. And so I love it because they'll bloom at different times, but they are just fabulous. So there we go with that. Let me show you the one that is blooming. It is the Ito Julia Rose, and she is in a hot spot with 0 irrigation, and she is the first to bloom. So this Ito is so, like, look how big this is. It is massive, and look at those gorgeous colors. Oh my gosh. So she has got quite a few flowers on her, and she has also got quite a few more buds to open up. So Ito Julia Rose. Oh, love, 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 love. Oh, and look, there we have Scentlandia has got some buds on her as well. So there we go. All right. So those are the peonies. The one peony that is blooming. Let me show you the other. Well, yeah. Okay, we'll come over here. So I have 3 more Itos. I know I think there may be one more Julia Rose over here. There's a Bartzella, and then there's something else, which I don't remember because the tags got lost. I'm pretty sure that this is Bartzella. This thing is massive, y'all. It is huge. Look at those buds. Itos are so cool because they're a cross like between an herbaceous peony and a woody peony. So they tend to be much more upright, tend to have huge flowers on them. So yeah, so these are the three other Itos right here. And so once they bloom, then I'll know what they are, but I'm pretty sure this is Bartzella, if I remember from last year. And that looks like a nice soft yellow that is emerging. All right, let's go up here because my beloveds are blooming. My beloved Desdemona, y'all. This rose, she has just been one of my absolute favorites from the very, very beginning. From when I first got her, can you understand why I love this rose? She is fabulous. Unbelievable. Look at this. And this is, of course, late in the afternoon. So they're, quite open. It's a very, very blush pink. And then the fragrance is just that classic old rose, which I love. I tend to be traditional. If it looks like a rose, I want it to smell like a rose. So Desdemona is doing amazing. Desdemona has been here from the very beginning, and this one has never been moved. And then we have baby Desdemona, and pardon the irrigation, I was checking on something, I haven't fixed it yet. But baby Desdemona is coming along. She's getting there. It'll be fine. Remember, so I took out Emily Bronte, moved her down to that backyard bed because this way I wanted to have the same 2 roses right here. So, oh my gosh. This never gets old, y'all. I don't care how long you have roses. This never, ever gets old. Oh, gorgeous. So Desdemona is there. And then when we come on this side of the patio, can you see her? Gertrude Jekyll. My gosh, y'all. Look at this. I posted these on some pictures on Instagram. And somebody was like, they look fluorescent. Yeah, they do. Look at that. Look how it absolutely glows. Again, true old rose fragrance on it is just, y'all, spectacular. I mean, unbelievable. I love it. And she too is just absolutely covered in buds. So Gertrude Jekyll's doing quite well. We have Elizabeth right here. Elizabeth, she got transplanted. She was in the pot. She got moved. She's a soft pale pink, and y'all, she's got buds all over her too. So she should be popping up here pretty soon. All right, the day is done. The project is done. We're out of here. It's Thursday night. It's date night. Right on cue. There's Sweet Thing. So we're calling it a wrap. He had a massive, crazy day at the nursery. Can you look at that face?
Yep, we did. I guess it's all coming at once.
It is.
So it's good.
It is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was working in the backyard, and of course in the backyard I can see the cars rolling in, and they were rolling in, and they were like, they were parking all kind of crazy ways, and I was just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, we didn't have the time to
correct
parking.
No.
We didn't have anybody to help park, you know, so we were low people on. So
yeah.
So yeah.
He's tired. We're both tired. So anyway, as always, if you have found this fun, informative, inspirational, please like, subscribe, that way you don't miss those 5 videos we do every week, right?
Sounds good.
I think I need to go in and feed the boy a snack and let him take a nice cold shower. Yes, he's tired. All right, we'll see you on the next video. Bye, friends.